after C.J. McCollum hit the game-winning jumper in Game 3. Well, really, after the Knicks botched the last possession of Game number 3 to leave Atlanta with a 2-1 series lead. My clients and I bet the Knicks to win the series. It was even money at the time. Now they're up 3-2 in the series against the Hawks going back to Atlanta. Can the Knicks finish them off on Thursday night? Let's find out. And let's also talk about the Celtics and their meltdown in the fourth quarter of Game 5. Can they close out the series with Philadelphia this evening? Let's talk it down. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Teddy covers WagerTalk.com with a double gamer daily double for Thursday. And let's start with the first of these two games, the 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific matchup between the Knicks and the Hawks. And right now, we'll look at my Odds Logic live odds screen. I'm seeing there's anywhere between 1.5 and 2.5 for New York as road chalk. So let's call the prevailing number -2. But this is one of the scenarios. I talk about it all the time, the Odds Logic live odds screen and why I like it. If you're playing the Knicks, you look at the Odds Logic the live odds screen. Oh, look, DK's got a -1.5. That's where I'm going to bet it. If you're playing the Hawks, oh, look, BetMGM's got a 2.5. That's where I'm going to bet it. These half points matter. These extra points matter. They don't matter every day, but they matter over the course of a postseason. And when you're getting the best of number, again, oddslogic.com/Teddy gets you a free 7-day trial. Try it. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Knicks -2. Let's call it 2. Again, they're 1.5s or 2.5s out there. 2, the prevailing number, total sitting 214/214.5-ish. For New York and Atlanta. And I bet the Knicks and advise my clients to bet the Knicks to win the series after Game 3 because the Knicks were clearly the better team and they were down 2-1. And since that time, they had a bad closeout of game number, Game 3? Or was it Game 2? I forget. One of them had a bad closeout. And if they didn't, the series would already be over. It's not. The Knicks still have very much one more game to win. They're a type of team that we trust to win games on the highway. All right. It's not the first go round for the Knickerbockers. And again, that playoff experience, we talk about winning a Game 6 on the road. I don't want the team that hasn't been in the postseason and hasn't shown us they're capable of doing this. I'm not going to bet them on the come. I'm not going to bet them on the fly. I expect a team that's been in these spots before, like New York, a team with plenty of playoff experience. Those are the teams I want my money on in these type of contests. I understand it's a closeout game for the Knicks. I understand they have a Game 7 at home. They can relax and, we'll get them at home. No, they can't. They lose at home. They've lost at home in every recent postseason. They lost at home last year in the postseason. We've seen the Celtics losing at home. I mean, it's not like the Knicks know that, we can come home and get them. No, the urgency is here now. And they certainly, the one thing that stands out is how much the Knicks have controlled the series. Again, they were down in game number 3. They were down by 18. I think it was 18. And they came back and took the lead, and they only lost on that McCollum shot. So they pretty much controlled most of the second half of game 3. All right. They controlled game 4 completely. They controlled game 5 completely. So they've been in control most of the way the last 3 games of this series. And I actually read this today. Someone's like, Quinn Snyder's a better coach than Mike Brown. Quinn Snyder's a freaking moron, all right? So, he's a smart guy. I'm saying that facetiously. But when it comes to a coach who I trust to make adjustments in the playoffs, a coach I trust Quinn Snyder hasn't done squat in the NBA postseason. And Quinn Snyder continues to get jobs at the NBA level because he's got a nice smile and he cleans up well. And he went to, for an X's and O's, I'll take Mike Brown every day. And the Knicks coach that every day over Atlanta's. And the adjustment Snyder just tried to make. All right, he's like, let's take Dyson Daniels off of Jalen Brunson and we'll put him on Karl-Anthony Towns because Karl-Anthony Towns just had a triple-double. And what happened? Brunson ate him alive in game 4 or game 5. And it wasn't like stopping Towns made the difference in the contest. So I'm not a Quinn Snyder believer. I don't think the Hawks are the better of these two teams. I've already bet on the Knicks to win the series. I've advised my clients to bet on the Knicks to win the series. You think I'm taking Atlanta in game 6 you are wrong. It's Knicks or pass for this better. Before I talk about Philadelphia and Boston, a really interesting game, and in my mind, a tougher handicap. Of the two bets I'm going to give you on this video, Knicks minus is the stronger of the two, for me, at least. But there is a stronger play than that. That's my 5% big ticket report. It goes tonight, Thursday night. $35 over at WagerTalk.com. 2-0 so far in the playoffs with the 5% big tickets. 7-2 full season, 78% full season. I don't release a lot of them. I've had 9 all year. I won 7 of the 9. Long term, since 2021, I've had 62 of these 5% big ticket bets in the NBA. They're 42-20, 68%. And this is not a short sample size. I'm proud of that record. I don't release these things every day. I'm not trying to pick up sales by, let's throw out a 5%. When something stands out to me, I release the play, and they've done very, very well. Check out today's 5% on my homepage, www.buzz.com/TC, or just as the website, WagerTalk.com. All right, let's talk about the Knicks. Let's talk about the 76ers and the Celtics. And this is an interesting game because certainly when we look at recent history for Boston, all right, they've had a tough time covering some of these point spreads at home. They've lost a ton of games as home favorites in every recent postseason. The last 3 years, the last 4 years, laying with the Celtics at home in the postseason has not necessarily. When they win by margin, but they've lost more than their fair share of home games. And we saw that again on, what day was it? Wednesday. On Tuesday. When the Celtics, again, going into the fourth quarter, I think they had a 2-point lead or a 1-point lead. And then, all right, this is where Boston pulls away. And instead, the Celtics went ice cold. The 76ers pretty much dominated. And they ran Boston out of the gym. Ended up being a double-digit win for Philadelphia. So, that is something we've seen from the Celtics in years past. And we know this is a veteran, mature Celtics team that does respond in these type of situations. But here's a problem, all right? I want to lay with the Celtics in this game because we know this. I mean, this is what they do. And we've seen them control multiple games in this series. And I understand Embiid had a good game 5. But Boston can beat Philly with Embiid. They can beat Philly without Embiid. Again, twice already in the series, they beat them by what? They beat them by 30 in game 1 and in game 4. Right? So it's not like the Celtics can't handle Philadelphia. And it's not like Boston's track record says, be wary of Boston in this role. You know, the first lean has to be to the Celtics. That said, from a power rating standpoint, I've been bouncing my number with Philadelphia up and down and up and down and up and down. And I'm not comfortable with my number for the Sixers. I'm not. Philly's A game is good enough to beat Boston by 16 points in Boston. When Embiid's hitting, and when Maxi's playing the way he's supposed to play, and when Edgecombe's hitting shots. And they got a guy named Paul George on that team. I mean, Philly's not your typical bottom feeder, all right? And there's hunger for the Sixers. This team's not looking to go home. They showed us that. They're like, let's fight. Can Philly beat them? Maybe. They've done it once. They've done it twice. And obviously, they've lost both previous home games to the Celtics. And not only do the Celtics have to win this game, they got to win it by margin in order to cover this number. Again, 6, the prevailing number, as I look at the Odds Logic live odds screen for Boston with that 212.5 total. Feels a little rich. I would not be surprised. If there's one game that comes down to who hits the last shot, this might well be that game. Yeah, my first lean was Boston. The more I think about it, the more I want the Philadelphia side. So this is why I think about, again, a lot of times people are like, you see a game, bang, I'll make the next bet. I like to let it stew. I do. That's why I don't put out, I'm most of the time I'm putting out stuff either the night before or the morning of the game. I'm not putting stuff out 2 days ahead of time and that kind of thing. It does happen. When something really stands out, I will. But a lot of times, I like to think it through. I like to re-handicap the game more than once before I actually release plays to my clients. So this is one where the initial lean was Boston, and the more I think about it, the more I think that Philly is the undervalued commodity. So we'll look for the Knicks in the first game. We'll look for the Sixers in the second game. And there you have it. Boy, guys, we appreciate the comments, the likes, the follows. Tell us what you think. Agree? Disagree? Am I a genius? Am I an idiot? Knock yourself out. Comment below. Subscribe to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. We got close to 250,000. We're supposed to be at 250,000 already, and we're not. So if you haven't subscribed, get instant alerts when these videos go live. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Check out my homepage, WT.buzz, for that 5% big ticket Thursday night NBA. And thanks so much for watching WagerTalk TV. Have yourself a great betting day, night, week, weekend, whatever you like. Stay tuned right here on this channel for more quality video content, and come back on Friday for more free play videos from me if you're interested. Thanks. Cheers.